Good old Leo, where do I start? Whilst his very first film, Critters 3, would not be part of my list on his top 10 movies, even though I think it is B-rate goodness, this list will include movies that made him a living legend in my mind anyway. I am Tom on Treads from Before It Was Cool, and this is the top 10 Leonardo DiCaprio movies. Number 10. Titanic. Although this was the highest grossing film for around 10 years or more, it was more about the sinking of the ship. The lasting memory is that Rose could not have fit Jack on the f***ing door. The film grossed $2.195 billion at the box office and ran for 195 minutes. It had adults, teenagers, and children lining up to go see it. Titanic was not Leo's first foray into the blockbuster realm. However, it was the most successful, and along with Romeo and Juliet, it firmly secured him as a Hollywood heartthrob. An image that he still has, but his talent is the first thing that comes to mind now. Number 9. The Aviator, the 17th film in his filmography, and this is where it can get a little confusing to say. It is the middle of 3 films where he worked with the great Martin Scorsese, and the second of 4 total over time. I will get there. Over doubling the $110 million budget and earning $213.7 million at the box office. The film is based on the eccentric billionaire Howard Hughes and his very real struggle with mental illness that manifested into physical problems. The filmography of Leonardo DiCaprio is tough to whittle down to just 10. However, The Aviator is a great choice for any list and got Lucky Leo an Oscar nomination and a Golden Globe victory. Do yourself a favor if you haven't yet and check out The Aviator. Number 8. The Departed. The final of the initial 3 Martin Scorsese films is bolstered by an incredible ensemble cast, including Jack Nicholson, Mark Wahlberg, Martin Sheen, Alec Baldwin, and Matt Damon, just to name a few. Oh yeah, it was also produced by Brad Pitt. This film was another in a string of box office hits, making $291.5 million on a $90 million budget, but honestly, with a cast like that, how could it fail? Based in my favorite American city of Boston, it focuses on a fictionalized version of organized crime in the city. Running a few concurrent storylines can get confusing, but if you just watch the movie, it is not confusing at all. Number 7. What's Eating Gilbert Grape? A case of a young Leonardo DiCaprio completely overshadowing a slightly older Johnny Depp. He played a character who has a form of autism, and I hope I said that right and I didn't mean to offend anyone. It showed off his skills as an actor, and with What's Eating Gilbert Grape only being his 4th ever film, his heralded performance landed him his first Academy Award nomination. Despite the critical acclaim for this film, it tanked at the box office, making $10 million off an $11 million budget, but it set Leo's career for life. Number 6. Django Unchained. Are you squeamish or easily offended? Then this Quentin Tarantino classic is not a good choice for you or for family movie night for that matter. This is a very violent and bloodthirsty movie, but because of its very liberal use of a certain word, I am choosing not to go heavily into this entry. I will just say that Jamie Foxx is incredible in this movie. Every one of the actors, even Don Johnson, are brilliant from start to finish. Number 5. Catch Me If You Can. Leonardo DiCaprio was perfectly cast as Frank Abagnale Jr. He could still play a young man but with maturity and was very capable of showing Frank's fall from grace. He proved that he could fight with the heavyweights, so to speak, by holding his own with the incredible Tom Hanks whilst being directed by the amazing Steven Spielberg, making absolute bank with a box office of $352.1 million off a $52 million budget, proved, if it was not already obvious, that Leo was a box office monster and a great leading man. I should mention that this is a true story about a counterfeiter that kept escaping the FBI, only to get caught and end up working for them. His final escape was awesome. Catch Me If You Can is a great movie. If you have not already, check it out after the video. Number 4, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Round 2, Quentin Tarantino, and this is a clever reimagining of the Charles Manson-led atrocities against Sharon Tate. Clever in that it barely showed both monsters in Charles Manson and Roman Polanski. Officially teaming up with Brad Pitt on screen for the first time as Leo's breath is in Fight Club. Seriously, look it up. Makes you wonder why these two were not paired for other projects. Maybe with Jonah Hill, as they both seem to be working well with him. It made a very tidy box office of $374.6 million from a $90 million budget, and Brad Pitt received his first Academy Award win for acting. Leo did not, but was he going to win against Joaquin Phoenix? No, no one was. I fell in love with the dog too. I'm just going to leave that there. Number 3, Gangs of New York. The first of the 3 film run with Martin Scorsese. There are 4 overall. I will get to the 4th in a bit. And he proved that being in a movie with Daniel Day-Lewis does not mean you need to be overshadowed and fall into the background. It is a very bloodthirsty film with 2 epic all-in brawls during the Gangs of New York. Oh fuck! I just worked the movie title into the point. Yes, I am extremely lame. Back to the point. Leo plays Amsterdam and he wants revenge against Daniel Day-Lewis's Bill the Butcher for killing his father. The movie made $193.8 million off a $100 million budget. So in Hollywood terms, it is not a massive profit, but that does not take a single thing away from DiCaprio's performance or any of the other incredible cast either. Number 2, The Revenant, the film that finally got Leo an Academy Award. Full stop. I guess I should explain why I think it is only his second best film. It is because, although the story for the movie is intense and frankly bloody sane, the true story of Hugh Glass is even more intense, even more insane. And after the video, go look it up. It's another video all on its own. Revenant was made for $135 million and grossed $533 million at the box office, which made it a huge success. The extent of punishment Leonardo put his body through was incredible. It resulted in many great scenes. The bear attack scene is so brutal, but not an overly graphic kind of way. And DiCaprio did win an Oscar for his performance, but it should have been his second Oscar because he was robbed for one before. Because my number 1 is the one he should have won all the awards for. It is number 1. The Wolf of Wall Street. Sex, drugs, money, and general debauchery is the general theme of this movie. Now, the real Jordan Belfort is still alive is beyond me. Leo's 4th overall team up with Martin Scorsese. Told you I would get there. And he gave his 4th perfect performance in this movie. Made for $100 million and made $392 million at the box office. The movie shows that even if you drive your Lamborghini home on lewds, destroying nearly everything on the way, including the car itself, money can get you in both more trouble or out of it completely. And that's this week's top 10. What did you think? What is your favorite Leo movie? Tell us in the comments. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe for new content every week. And check out the Before It Was Cool podcast, wherever you get your podcast from, literally. I have been Tom on Treads from Before It Was Cool, and I will catch you next time.